Hello, people. Welcome to another video podcast video. I don't know. You could be listening audio. That's sort of the point of how podcasts work. Whatever. Who cares? Episode 10. 10. 10 episodes. Okay. So I guess I've got to do the stuff. Things I normally do in the podcast. So, should do a bit of a recap. Okay, I'll start. I'm going to start. So, let's have a look at what my most recent videos are. So, as you can see, my most recent video was how to after the last podcast was how to host a Clash of Clans 1.70 server. I've just noticed my webcam's not there. Basically, it's about how to host a server. I will host my own server for you if you aren't able to set up a server. So that'll be coming. I don't know when, but yeah, there'll be a server that you can join for that. It's not really going to matter that much because, like, basically your progress doesn't save at all. So when you close the app, everything gets reset. But it's just like maybe you don't have the computer, for example, or something like that. Unfair iOS speed test number 5. This is like my first speed test where I've actually put a stopwatch in it. So yeah, plus I filmed it with my tripod, which makes it look a bit better. Next one was Monster Survival episode 12. I fell down into the lake, pond, whatever it is, and yeah. And then Tom Guest episode 12. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm sort of speaking a bit soft, maybe, I don't know what's the word. The literal reason is I'm filming this at 1:30, mostly because I'm not going to get interruptions, or loud people. Well, I have heard, quite loud drunk people outside at these sort of times, but who cares? Ooh, my monitor just did a weird flickery thing. Whatever, it's gone now. Yeah, I really should probably try and crop my webcam because of the watermark. But yeah. So yeah. Time Guest episode 12. I was so annoyed because it's like, oh, who's this person? Who's this person? And then I realised it's Daniel Craig, and yeah. I'm not an REM expert. I just try and name a bunch of REM songs and forget ones that I really shouldn't have forgot. Blurred Buildings, I just play like a couple, 2 Battle Royale GeoGuessr games, and yeah. I don't know why, but like I've been getting quite a few comments recently. I don't really understand this, but yeah. I'm a blind quadriplegic Vietnam veteran, death grips, own death. Then a bunch of hand emojis, understand that. And this is like from, what is it? This is like from 2017, I think, this video. Is it 2018? It's 2017 or 2018. It's really old. Well, maybe you wouldn't consider it that old. It's old considering right at the start of 2017, 2018. And it's just randomly got comments. I don't get it. Why has it got comments? I do genuinely wonder if this is like a person that I actually know, or just like some random person, and is this person the same person? Because I don't know. But it sort of makes me laugh. The weird, random thing. Okay, what was it I was going to explain? I've been so excited to film this, and yet I can't really remember what I was going to say. Well, I can't remember what I was going to do, though. I'm going to do more of a recap thing because I released Hug today, the third Clygro album, number three. Number three. It's done really not great in terms of views, really. Yeah. If I was to say which of my favourite, should I just like try and explain the background as much as possible? Breakfast, a song that I recorded, I don't know, a couple months ago. Sort of forgot about it, came back to it. It's like, it's quite alright. There's sort of like, and then I felt like it didn't. It seemed a bit out of place, initially, but there was like, actually, I quite like this song. I think it's probably one of the best songs, um, from the album. Probably my favourite, if I'm being honest. Um, yeah, so yeah, Koto 10. Now I made pretty much like most of these songs were made like over the last couple of days, because that's like just how much time I've been able to spend. And so I was just looking at the video length. It's a cable conveniently blocking where it's there. Fixed. Yeah, Koto 10. It's an instrumental garage band. I've made this whole album using garage band. There's no actual instruments, even though I've got a guitar. Behind me, I've got two. In fact, don't know where the other one's gone. Maybe my dad's got rid of it. Wouldn't be that surprised. Yeah, so that I've got it. I've just not used it at all. Essentially, my dad like just bought it for me and bought one for my sister. It's like the same guitar. Bought them twice. Ugh. Yeah, I've just like not used it at all. Um, no offense, I can't really play guitar. Um, I have like got quite close to actually playing songs. Like, I've like done "Smells Like Teen Spirit" on guitar, sort of. It's actually not that hard. I mean, if you think about it, it's quite easy to think about how it goes. Like the do 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 that's that's quite easy to do. But yeah, I've like done Wonderwall before. I think I've done like, well, Wonderwall slash Do You Know What I Mean slash Hello. In fact, although it's only a slight bit in Hello. Um, yeah, those are like the only things I can play. Yeah. So Koto 10's just like a name of instrument that I saw in GarageBand, and the truth is I can't even remember where 10 is. I think like there was something that said 10, or just like I came up with it. I can't actually remember. Raindrops. Um, Quite a few of these songs I was going to do interlude, semicolon, and then like a title. I didn't end up doing that, because the file names can't have a semicolon. I know, amazing. So I just like dropped the interlude. So like raindrops, one like air, alien overload, after everything. Those were all interludes. But yeah, so this is the one that sounds like Kiddo. I think it is Kiddo on Kiddo. That it sounds like. That's what it really reminds me of. My Light Edge. I just really came up with sort of random titles that I felt like was sort of appropriate. After everything's like you're just filled in with sound, and that's it. But yeah, I'm against the Hate That Fires Us. It's quite, an aggressive song. Um, you know, I'm referring to, like what an absolute joke the toys have done to the UK. Like they've turned it into like the UK into like absolute joke, and just sort of say stuff against it. Um, yeah, and like it's definitely a song with anger in it. And then there's like other things that I say it's not just about the toys; it's more near the end. Yeah, one of the things I referred to was taxi driver saying that autism didn't exist when he was young, um, and that was a thing that happened. Said, "Oh, autism wasn't a thing when I was young." He was like about, I don't know, 50, maybe more like 60, about that. And let me just have a look. I would say it's like the 40s. When was what? Yeah, I think it's. Oh no, 1911. Apparently 1911, according to this, which might not be trustworthy, but let's just say, oh, it was 1908, blah 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 blah. I thought it was 40s, but I guess it was wrong. It's actually earlier. Either way, it was like, before he was born, essentially. Um, and it was just absolute nonsense. And it really annoyed me back then. That was like 2016, 2015, because I already knew that was nonsense. Even if like it was discovered after he was born, the truth is it still existed. It's always existed. You know, it's that's just like so that's basically it. And it's like special needs school. So I was like complaining about that because it's like school run for special needs school. So yeah. What else? I can't really remember. But yeah, pretty much. What songs? Yeah, Koto 10's actually the only song that I've actually had written. Um, the other songs I sort of had like a rough. Well, okay, no. After, Reborn as the opposite to myself, I had a rough idea, but I'm against the Hate That Thrives Us was just made up as I go, which has been the thing that I have done. I'll show you like the lyrics to the song because I don't think I used the whole thing. Yes, so Koto 10 was written. It was originally titled Freedom. Um, this is it. Actually, I think I did use all of these lyrics, but yeah, that's the lyrics to Freedom or well, Koto 10. Um, I've like got plenty of scrap songs. I don't know if I'll keep them. Yeah, like this where's the end there? This I was considering. I mean, two of these were these two, like this oh no, this one. I've not actually. This isn't the whole song. I should. This probably has the whole song, right? Yeah. So this song, I written like over 2 years ago. I've changed some of the lyrics very slightly. It was a bit more negative at first. So I've like sort of changed it into something a bit less negative. Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of the best songs I've written. It's just I've never felt like I've properly made a good song. I think I almost made it, but at the end of the day, um, I thought, you know what, I'd release this. Um, I've not released anything new for over a year at this point, you know, and I didn't really want to take even longer. Pretty much the way the gaps between the albums have worked is um like gap between um and Uru was pretty much this. Oh, I've got an album title. I'm gonna make the album. Um, he isn't. And then it was like, I saw somewhere like an advert. Well, I didn't really read what it said properly, but I thought it said thoughts and overshare. That stuck, so I was like, two album ideas. Then it became He Isn't Thoughts and Overshare. And then eventually it became neither of those. It was going to be this big album called Slightly Worse, and basically the two main songs was Slightly Worse, the title track, and Gone Away Yesterday. So those were literally like the best songs. So I felt like they were the best songs I'd made at that point. But yeah, I think like plenty of other songs. It was going to be like a massive album. That eventually sort of just got cancelled, and then like I don't know, maybe within a week, I'd make Uwoops' last album released on April Fool's is, you know, an April Fool's joke, sort of. So I come up with Uwu like a week before. You know, I start recording, I finish. I died the day before, maybe even on the. No, I'm pretty sure it was like the day before that I finished recording and then I released it. But yeah. And then since then, I've like album after Uwu was pretty much always gonna be called Hug. I'm pretty sure always. But yeah. And then the um album cover, I made it like I think it was February. I actually made the album cover, but that's not it. That wasn't like the final cover. So let's explain what was different. Number one, there's a thing here saying number 3. Okay, it's the third album. There used to be two sections here. One was like pink, and then like well, like, this bit was sort of like pink, but like different pink to this bit. Um, and then there was blue up here, but like I think it was like a different blue. to that. I eventually got rid of that, and yeah, um, I added these parts. Um, I when it said number, I sort of replaced the thing that said number 3 with these 3-line things to indicate it's my third album. And then I also moved this, which, by the way, this is supposed to be a red scarf. Yeah, I changed. This was more here, but now it's there. And yeah, I do quite like the album cover. If I were to change anything, it's probably that, because that annoys me. But yeah, I didn't finish the album tweaks to the album cover until today. Like, I changed this to like green and orange, but I didn't like it. With this, it's a lot better, I think. Sort of looks like sort of like a room you're in. Like this pink bit's the floor, these are the walls, and this is the weird, confusing ceiling with a scarf hanging from the top. What what things do I not like? I don't really like the U. I think maybe I should have changed it. So I don't know what you call it, stub, was just facing down instead of bending like that. Or if it was to be bent, it'd go out by one square. The G, I would like it to sort of hang up, but I probably did try that and it just didn't look great. But yeah, I think overall the cover is quite good. Yeah. So not gonna lie, I do think it's, of course, my best album. I think, the fact that I made it in GarageBand improved it, 'cause, you don't hear my dodgy recordings. Yeah, and I do think my lyrics are starting to get quite good. It's just my voice that's a letdown, and that's why, there's only 3 ones where I'm not really singing. Singing's probably the wrong word, but sort of speaking over. I have the 9. Oh yeah, no new name. I just came up with that. And I just think of these names really. There's not much exciting things about it, but yeah, this I was gonna have it as a hidden track, but I sort of just gave up as that. And yeah, now it's just sort of part of the album. Will I start work on the next album soon? I don't know. I've Now all my albums have had 3 letters. Oh yeah, another title I did consider for this album was Third, like not the word third, but like 3RD, because of like the thing I've had of 3 letters for these 3 albums. But yeah, maybe I should have called it that. I don't know. I think Hug might have been a bit of a relevant name. But yeah, no, I have got like a couple songs, songs that I do will probably have. One of them's called Just Means Everything. One of them's Confused Love Song. You sort of briefly saw it. Gone Away Yesterday. I mean, that song literally been waiting 2 years. I mean, the oldest song is Reborn as in came up with was Reborn as the Opposite to Myself, because there's like a recording of it from, well, a very early recording of it from April 22. I think it was like the 17th of April 2022. It never really went anywhere until I recorded it. I didn't really write lyrics to it, so I just went with it. I just couldn't really think of lyrics when like writing it. But like when I was sort of singing it, I sort of came up with words. I I I do think I've really got caught onto the instrumental side of it. Of course, it's not perfect. It's not complex. I don't necessarily know what I'm doing, but I've sort of got there. Sort of. Very faintly. And Breakfast is sort of the song I think sort of proves that. Now, I do think it was a bit of a template song, so I think I did do it in the on GarageBand. I think there was like a thing where you just like press buttons and it makes press that and it'll make the guitar sound or whatever. I think, and that might be why, which isn't particularly great thing, but I can't remember what song. Not gonna lie, I can't even remember mine song. Also, this is like the first album that I actually want to listen to. Of my 3 albums, I've listened to it pretty much 3 times or whatever. So yeah. So that's a completely new thing. It's something I want to listen to. But I think that indicates that I'm doing something right. There's no harmonica on the album, which might not be the greatest choice, but I don't know. I wouldn't say it's like a skilled harmonica player. But yeah, I mean, maybe I should try that on the next album, go back to playing harmonica. I think I go with that going on fiddling with this. I'm not a harmonica player, I'm not an instrument player, let's be real. But I think I sort of started to make I think it's the start of me going into a new direction. I mean, the fact that it's all made in like GarageBand, where you can have like whatever instrument you want, except from the mandolin by the looks of it, which I kind of want to use in my songs. I don't know, but yeah, maybe I just didn't look properly. I don't know. Mandalorian, close enough. Mandolin. GarageBand. He's in there. I've no clue. Okay. Whatever. Doesn't matter. So, yeah. What else was I going? What else was I going to say here? I think the album sounds good. Maybe I like it just because I made it. I like it more because I made it. Maybe I wouldn't like it as much if I didn't make it. But if someone else had made it. But yeah, I do plan on trying to do more stuff with my voice. It's just I need to stop being a lazy person. But yeah, I really don't know what had got into me that just gave me the motivation to make the album. I don't know, but it got into me and I made this within a couple of days ignoring breakfast. And you could argue Reborn as the opposite to myself, but the early recording sounded like the recording I had in my voice memos sounded quite different. It didn't really sound that similar. It's just like me to add the same title. But yeah. What's my least favourite? Probably After Everything. Maybe I should have got rid of the weird guitar thing with spammed buttons, but I mean, it's not that harmful. It's only, was it 17 seconds long, right? Yeah, 17 seconds. But yeah. So yeah, where will I go with the new album? And then the next album, I mean, probably play it a bit, have it sound, I'll probably have a sort of similar sound to this. Maybe I'll improve how I do these things. I mean, there are, oh god, I can't remember. There's a song that I left out. It's got really sort of catchy guitar thing on it. I can't even think what it's called, but that will probably be on the next album. Actually, am I thinking of a different song? I might be, but it's released. Yeah, I'm still not necessarily. The thing is, since I've sort of made it only over the past few days, I've probably only heard each song in full a couple times, probably more for the sort of short instrumentals. Um, I do I do quite like the idea of the short instrumentals that are on the album. I mean, you've got not Koto, Raindrops, One Like Air, Alien Overload, Breakfast. I people think I feel like Breakfast stands so well on itself that it might as well. If I would say which ones are the singles, it would probably be the ones with my voice on it. But if it was one of the instrumentals, it's got to be Breakfast. Got to be Breakfast. But yeah. By the way, I pretty much had a rough idea. I say rough idea. So I knew Breakfast would be the opener, and Reborn as the opposite myself would be the last one. But I thought when I gave this the title After Everything, I thought it made sense for it to sort of be the last one. and then no new name. I sort of was thinking it'll be a hidden track, hence why it's last. Plus, you might as well save whatever that is on my mouth. I don't know where that came from. Save the longest last. If it's the you wouldn't want to put that right at the start. Cause I might be just sort of fall asleep, skip it, might not bother to listen to the whole album. Whilst if I get a catchy, memorable song such as Breakfast, that I'll be like, oh, I want to listen to this. So that's sort of the thing. Now, when I think of Reborn as the opposite to myself, the song that sort of came to mind sort of when I made it was Thick Skull, which is a Paramore song. It's the final track on This Is Why, which released earlier this year. That's sort of the inspiration in a bit. I mean, it doesn't sound that similar, really. I should have probably tried to make it a bit more similar. Maybe I will do some sort of do a deluxe version where I have some bonus songs, such as songs that didn't make it. I probably won't have Gone Away Yesterday at the very least because of the fact that it's just you need the whole lyrics to do it, and I don't really want to do that. But if it's there were a couple songs, I could do some slightly different versions. I don't know what you'd call them, but I think Reborn as the opposite to myself is one that I want to try a different version. And maybe change after everything to be get rid of the guitar bit and redo the outro to Breakfast, because I think that was a bit rubbish. I think that's sort of where I ruined it, because that's what I did, recently, not when I initially made it a few months ago. I added that, a couple of days ago. There are some things that I sort of regret, but the truth is, I wanted this album to be released. Otherwise, I might be like, oh, if I tweak this, it'll be delayed. But yeah, I need to just put this away because I'm fiddle with it. Chuck it in my bed for now. So I will probably do some slightly different versions. I really don't want to spend too much time on a extra bonus track, because I just don't want to do that. You might as well just save those tracks for the album. But yeah, I might release some bonus stuff. There's probably a couple instrumental bits that I should have released. I mean, are there a lot of instrumental things on the album? Yes. Are there too many? Probably. Maybe I could do a little harmonica song as a bonus track. It's just completely separate from the album. But yeah, maybe I should have just held off making Return of the Harmonica #2 until the album. Maybe you could consider that as a bonus track. Maybe you could consider. Nah, probably not these. was it 2? No, 3. Oh yeah, and I forgot the title of Return of the Harmonica number 2. Oh, that's it. Yeah, I forgot the Return of the Harmonica number 2 doesn't actually have harmonica in it, which is sort of the joke. It's literally just like guitar and then like recording of water going up tap. But yes, we'll be on a new album soon. Another album, I don't know. Will there be one within a year, the next year? I don't know. You know, I guess, I just sort of have a thing where I get like motivation. Like, if I get like the motivation to, like I did from making this album, quite soon, it might. Otherwise, it might be just like an album that I've been making over the past, few months, years. I don't know. Don't know necessarily a time scale. I'm trying to think what songs were on the Ooh Falling Through Ceiling Egg. It won't always be the same. Ooh Asleep. The day will come of happiness. It is it. A question for the freaks. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was considering doing a re-recording of Slightly Worse because I do think it is still quite a good song. I think if I added like some guitars and garage band and stuff, it could be quite like a really good song. But yeah, not gonna lie, I like to write down these lyrics to the songs, but I just don't use them, or I just go blank in the lyrics. What's this? Hug Lyrics 2.0. You look at these, like, I just don't really use them as freedom. Is this slightly longer? No, I think that's just the same. But yeah. Yeah, so I have been quite in indecisive with the lyrics. It's literally got Hug Lyrics 2.0, Hug Lyrics 3.0, Hug Lyrics 4.0, Hug Lyrics 5.0. Don't actually write anything. No, I just ran that. Yeah, this song was literally about like a single week where I just felt absolute rubbish in my head. It's just so drained. Um, I can't remember. It was only like a couple weeks ago. Yeah, and this would have probably been like the reason I know is because like Telegram messages up. I think this was the last week of April. I was referring to. I was just so annoyed and upset. I really did. So no, I'm not. I don't cry. Which is unfortunate, but I don't really cry. But I will still start to tear get when I get quite upset, only slightly. And that happened quite probably about several times in that single week, and like people weren't really, certain people just weren't being very nice. There's a certain person who was being quite rude, being a bit of a hypocrite, and that was not helping. It was annoying me even more. But yeah, I mean, I think it was just annoying that week. So for now, don't need to worry about that. But yeah, just means everything's a song I want to release. Yeah. I think I've got like Hope Lyrics 1.0. I don't know what's happened to Hope Lyrics 1.0 unless it was in there. I don't know what's happened to it. But yeah. So I think the new album, it's quite good. I guess the next question really is, next thing I want to say is I'm considering making this podcast bi-weekly. Bi-weekly? Is that the correct word? Would bi-weekly mean every 2 weeks? That's not what I mean. Bi-weekly. Okay, that's not what I mean. I guess the correct word is making 2 episodes a week. I want to do more episodes. More. One reason is it's easy content. The other reason is I want to talk more. I want to say random things that I've been doing. That's the point of the podcast. Just discuss things I want to talk about. Yeah. So, should I make it twice a week? The only problem is, that I want to say is the podcast does really not well with the channel. So let's have a look. So usually it'll be like the lowest viewed video of the week. Let's see if it was last week. No, it wasn't. So last week it got the last episode got 11 views. The two least viewed videos, there's 2 of them by looks of it, was got 8 views. So it wasn't actually the lowest viewed video. Rare exception. Okay, how about the week before? Yep, it's the lowest. 7 views. What's going on here? Oh, never mind, it's not. It's actually this, which has only got 1 view. It's got 1 like, though. Here. Sorry. I was confused because I was thinking this was the podcast. Okay, so this was actually my least viewed video from that week with 1 view compared to 7. Okay, what about episode 7? Oh, it's actually... Oh no, it's not actually the least viewed this is technically the least viewed. What about episode 6? Is this the least viewed? For God's sake, I hate these votes per page thing or whatever. They're so annoying because they always get set to like the lowest usually. Yeah. So episode 6, 2 views. Okay, this is the least viewed of the week. Okay, maybe I'm getting it wrong. Okay, episode 5, 7 views. Also not the least viewed video. Weird. What about episode 5? Is this the least viewed video? No. Okay, maybe technically I'm wrong because it's not my. By the looks of it, it's about 50-50 with my being my least viewed video of the week. Looks like this is the least viewed video 6. Any videos with less than 6 views? No. Oh well. What about episode 2? 8. Yes, not even the least viewed video of that week. Maybe it's just a false illusion thing. Nonsense then. Technically, it's not my least viewed videos a week. Like, was it like 2 or 3 times it was, but the rest it wasn't. So maybe I'm wrong. But either way, these videos honestly really don't do that well compared to like some of my other videos. Although like the views on like certain videos are just so all over the place. Like 8 views on my last ball call, but on here this one got like 15. What about the next one? 16. Okay, it seems actually quite consistent, the ball call videos. Oh no, that one's got 3. Never mind. 24, yeah. I mean, okay, I guess it is a bit. It's sort of around 15 to 20 views, let's just say. Well, 24. Ignoring the exception of episode 2. So, yeah. Not the greatest. Now, I really don't want to become a gaming channel, just a gaming channel. But if you look at my videos, that's pretty much what's been going on, because my last 3 videos are gaming videos. Will tomorrow's video, it's weird saying that, although it will actually be tomorrow's video, be a gaming video? I'm going to say that depends, because there's 2 things I want to do. I want to do a video to do with my iPhone 4S on iOS 5.0.1, somewhere over there. It's there. Basically, you can't even see my hand really. Basically, I want to do a battery swap. My white iCloud locked 4S has got apparently 100% battery capacity, whilst the one on 5.0.1, I can't remember what it's got exactly, but it's not that good. I think it's like 70%, like 79%. Well, 100% would be a lot better, so I want to do a battery swap or a boot swap. I don't know what's easier. Problem is I can't find the screwdriver for opening the for the bottom 2 screws, and probably a few more for like getting the battery up. So I think there's like a little metal shield covering the connector on the 4S. So if I find that, that might be my next video. So yeah. What else? Try to think. What else? And now I've also got a green iPhone 5 arriving for parts. Maybe I'll try and get it working. If not, I'll probably do a board swap once again, assuming it has a working power button. Because I'd probably was the nightshade it to iOS 6. So I would, cause I don't really care about iOS 10 on the iPhone 5 as much as iOS 10 on the iPad 4, because that's pretty much the most recent iPad I've got. Now, that's sort of a lie because, oh, look, iPad Air 2 is running iOS 12, so it's it's not the latest version, but it's probably a good thing considering I've not really had good experiences with the iPad um, with iOS 15. Only problem is this has ghost touches. Problem is, it's an iPad, so it's like already a pain to repair. Because they like making iPads not as easy to repair. By that I mean mostly just the fact that there's no screws to take off the glass. You've got to use like heat the screen up and whatever, which is just not helpful. Yes, this has ghost touches, probably because the screen of the iPad's bent. Because the iPad Air 2, Apple came up with the genius idea of just making this iPad really thin. Like this, it's like the thinnest iPad ever, and maybe not quite the thinnest iOS device, because I bet that award would go to the iPod Touch 5th gen. Let's confirm my theory. So iPad, like you had like people complaining about Bendgate with the iPhone 6. You never hear it about the iPad Air 2 for some weird reason. I think it's like 7 milliliters thick. Where's no, it's 6.1 millimeters. iPod Touch 5th gen. Yeah, I think this might be thinner. Not sure. Oh, it's 6.1, so it's actually the same. Now, you don't really hear bending problems with the iPod. But with this, it's probably more easier to bend because of how big the thing is. I could bend this quite easily, let's be real. Whilst with that, since it's quite small, it'll be a bit harder to bend. Probably is still possible to bend. I've never really thought about that, but yeah. So these are actually the same thickness. What the I? Should I just quickly get one for comparison? Although you've got the camera bump, does that count? Does the camera bump actually count for the thickness? This kid's optimistic. This kid went to market. Okay. iPod. iPod. Let's try and do a comparison. I'm gonna sort of have to describe it to you. Yeah, I think I was gonna say I think it counts the camera bump. I'm not sure. Should try bending this for parts. Ooh. Yeah, I definitely, that was very visibly being bent. Like, you could see that um like that's been bent now. Oh, like, like that was proper bent. Like you could see the screen being bent. But yeah. God, I'm trying to put this suction cup on the screen, but like it's just not sticking on. Amazing. But yeah. This is like iCloud locked, activation lock, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, this is just not sticking on at all. If I put pressure, no. Yeah, it's just like no suction on this screen for some bizarre reason. A bit on the back here would be like perfect. So yeah, that's on. But the screen, nah. Why would you need it to stick on the screen? See, maybe it's just like the glue holding the screen on. What about the iPad? What about the iPad? That's on. That's on. But yeah. Yeah, that's like on. On. But yeah, this, I think it's, I've sort of bent it back. Not sure. Also, one thing I never really thought about until like, yeah, a couple minutes ago. This was like the first iOS device with the camera bump, you know? I get one for my working now. I wear my blue touch bar is. But yeah, if this introduced the camera bump, a trend that I honestly don't really care because at the end of the day you have a case on here, and it'll usually, it'll usually make the camera bump, like the case will be make the device thicker than the camera bump, or about the same. So yeah, I will try and get this screen off because why not? Yeah, this is like impossible, I'm telling you. Oh, that was actually quite on. Yeah, you're like not getting a screen off with this, I'm telling you. It's just not in the mood to stay on, like not at all. I saw on, and no. Yeah, you probably need like a thing to put in between the screen on the edge. Like, seriously, this is just not gonna get off. Oh, no. You're just not getting this. Also, I do quite like the little iPod Touch loop. I find it annoying that they got rid of it. But yeah. Um, but yeah. Try end it here. I mean, this has been going on for a while. So should I do some self promotion? So you've got my website right here. Clygro.cc, the new website, the new layout. I've still yet to make the default because of that bar thing. I'm not sure why it's like that. I genuinely don't know why, but it is. What else? It's just like things that I'm not done with this. Hence why it's not the default website. What else? You got? Well, I should just use this. There's links here. I think I should probably move the links up here or something. I don't know. Yeah, so you've got my coma, so you can follow me using your Mastodon accounts. Don't worry. You got my PeerTube. You can also follow me with my Mastodon accounts. My YouTube videos get automatically uploaded on here. Also, as of yesterday, got the Clygro Makes Sounds channel now available on here. So yeah, new content. Has any of these videos got any views? Or a sleep's got a view. I'm against to hate that fry sauce has a view. Nice. So this channel's got a grand total of 2 views. I know, right? I will eventually upload it to was the Bandcamp Fediverse platform. I can't remember. We've also got the podcast Fediverse platform. Not Podman. I remember saying that. That's a package manager. Castropod. That's it. But yeah, I find it funny that I'm subscribed to myself. Look, boom, I unsubscribed for myself. I've got 9 subscribers on here. Amazing, right? Absolute amazing. What else? Yeah, so got that. You've also got my if I go back, we've got my Pixel Fed, which is Instagram but paper, so you can once again follow me with your mastodons or whatever. When was this? This was almost a year ago. Yeah, July. This was almost a year ago at this point. Everything's almost a year ago now at this point, I swear to God. What happened? But yeah. Yeah. There's more stuff on here, but I don't really care, got my Twitter. Twitter's dead. That's going to be it for today. Hope you've enjoyed this. This is my longest podcast ever. But who cares? Goodbye. Bye.